Welcome to DU Digimon.
Hello, just a quick message before we get into today's deck profile. Myself and Editor Dan will actually be doing our very first Twitch stream on Sunday. We're still kind of working over the plan of what we're doing exactly, and I'll send some updates in the YouTube community page as over the week once we know exactly what we're doing. But do join us about 9 o'clock on Sunday, British Standard Time, on Twitch, so that you can see us do some fun Digimon stuff. Like I say, I'll update properly what we're actually getting up to on Sunday, or in the lead up to Sunday, I should say. But anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Hello and welcome to DU Digimon, and welcome to yet another deck profile. If you're liking this video, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ding that notification bell so you're not missing out on any of the latest content. Now, the list you will see in front of us, you'll note that if you watch the discussion video we did a couple of weeks ago, I said I would not touch LordKnightmon X because everyone else is touching it. Yeah, I caved. It's really good. I've tested it a bit, and it's really sweet. It's Titamon on steroids. It's really good. I absolutely adore this list. Now I've been able to test it on Project Drasil. Thanks to the comment from I can't remember your name, but I'll pop it up on screen. On the Dynasmon video, I did know of Drasil's existence, but I'd actually forgotten that it existed. And it was a little bit of a process kind of getting to grips with it. I'm too used to playing on DCGO, so going back to a manual simulator was a bit of a struggle. But I played on it a bit this evening, and have tested the deck out against a couple of different decks, and I'm freaking loving this. And I'm a lot more comfortable with the engine for LordKnightmon X, this purple variant anyway, because of the fact it's so similar to what I currently play in Titamon. It's kind of crazy, but let's get into the list. This is kind of what I've currently got, and definitely there are some things that I might play around with. But starting with the eggs, we've got the Sunomon. There it is. So when you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, draw one. Nice and simple, gives more consistency. You could also play the BT18 one, which gives you the extra DP. I did find sometimes if you were using just the wrong alliance target, so like one of the rookies that only give you 2 or 1 KDP, sometimes you might be smaller than certain things. I got very lucky in a match against a Lucemon player where I did the check with the alliance swing with the rookie alliance. I don't know how you would even word that. I did a swing using alliance on a rookie. There you go. Did the 2 checks and was fine, and then did 2 checks with a champion, so I got a bit more DP, but one of the cards was Lucemon X, which has 14k DP. So if that had come up in the security first, when I'd done the swing with the rookie, then that could have been a bad time, because I would have lost my LordKnight stack. So you might want to play around those things, but I think in general the Sunomon is the better one because that draw. Then going into the rookies, we've got Labramon. Labramon really helps us out by, first of all, giving us a mechanic to trash with, because there's a lot of benefits to us trashing in this deck. And it also gives you a bit of recursion, bringing back your dark animals or shamans from the trash. But the more important thing, you've got that when effect plays in one of your Digimon, gain 1 memory. Really sick. Then we've also got Goblimon at 4 copies. So when one of your effects trashes a card in your hand, gain 1 memory. No on-play effects, but that effect to gain memory is really busted in this deck. And then we've also got the Gazimon just in here as a floodgate to help us, especially in the matchup against other LordKnight players, because especially in this build, it's so reliant on that memory gain. So by having the Gazimon in there really helps us out. But you could also switch this out for other rookies. You could put Ignitemon in this, so you've got that play searcher. You technically also could put any floodgate you want in this, because you can play them all from trash using the BT18 LordKnightmon. But Gazimon obviously is the better one for your colour consistency, but you could definitely try stuff like Ignitemon as well. Then going into the level 4s, we've got Ogremon at 4 copies, has a your turn, trash something in your hand, gain 1 memory, and it then carries that over as its inheritable effect, so really helps you with that resource gathering. We've also got Dobomon X, on play, gives retaliation to something, which is really cool. Then when Digivolving, you draw 1, trash 1, and then if you've got Dobomon or X Antibody in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, activate one of this Digimon's on play effects. So we don't have Dobomon in this deck, and I was very tempted to put it in this, but the Delta one's just really good, man. Also has that when effect plays one of your Digimon, gain 1 memory as well. Speaking of the Deltamon, on play when Digivolving, on deletion, by trashing 1 card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, can help you with getting rid of some of the floodgates that might otherwise stall you in your tracks, and also gives blocker as an inheritable, which is very handy if you are on the defensive. But I found in testing, this deck is never on the defensive. it's so good. Going into level 5s now, we'll talk about Cerberusmon X first, because it's the most important one. On play, you play one purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. So that's really good. Can help you get your Shaman, your kind of Labramon out to get you more of your kind of trash recursion, and to potentially get more resources. When Digivolving, draw one, trash one, and then you do with do one of the on-play effect. But then the inheritable effect is the most important one. You delete one of your Digimon, unsuspend this Digimon. So you go in with LordKnightmon X, you alliance, you suspend that to gain the DP, delete whatever you suspended as well, and then unsuspend. So you're gaining DP with your alliance and then unsuspending, so you can do 2 checks and then do it again, because you've most likely been able to get at least 2 bodies out a turn if you've got the right combo. Really nice. Then we've also got Cerberusmon, and the reason I've got Cerberusmon in here first and foremost is because I've only got 2 copies of Protoform IRL, and they are like 40 quid from what I heard. I'll put an accurate price up on screen of them on Card Market or something. But they are super expensive right now, and Christmas is coming, and I'm not doing that. But what is really nice about him, as well as being a name for Cerberusmon X, is you can use it again for more trash recursion. So if you need that Cerberusmon X, if it's in the trash, you can use this, bring it back to your hand, and then immediately Digivolve on top of this with Cerberusmon X for free, which is really, really, really cool. Then also what's good about this one is you can actually give Rush to one of your Digimon. So if you need an additional swing, then you can give that Rush to whatever you play out with the Cerberusmon X, or indeed with LordKnightmon. Yeah, really nice. Then we've also got Bastemon. Honestly, the Bastemon I've found for me has not come up as much as the other stuff. I'm very tempted to actually swap it out for 2 more copies of the Cerberusmon. I was also trying at one point the BT18-19 because of the security tap +1, but again I found that didn't come up. Of the 2, the Bastemon comes up more than that. But the Cerberusmon possibly comes up more than this because of my ratios with the X antibodies and stuff like that. But it is really good. It's got the scapegoat. Does the when Digivolving you play a level 3 out, so again it gives you an extra body for the alliance stuff. An opponent's turn, when the opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may play 1 level 4 or lower purple Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. If you block something, or if one of their stuff dies in security, you can then play something out, which is really nice. Then we've also got Anubismon in the deck. As for our first level 6, you may trash up to 3 cards in your hand, then play 1 purple Digimon card from your trash with the play cost reduced by 3. But each card trashed by this effect, further reduce it by 1. So you're reducing by up to 6. And then with the inheritables you've got, with whether you're trashing or playing, because you're doing both via that effect, you're then gaining more memory, which means that your level 5 stuff potentially could be for free. And bearing in mind, you technically could play your level 6s off that effect as well, because it's just play 1 purple Digimon card. So you can potentially, reduce those down by quite a lot as well. And the LordKnightmon does have an on-play effect, so could be something you could do. Then your turn, when an effect plays one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, draw 1. So really good. Obviously it's limited to 1 because it was too good when it first came out, and really frankly still is, but with the stuff like the Cerberusmon and the Labramon, we can recur that no problem because he is a Shaman. Then we've got the LordKnightmon, so it does have the on-play as mentioned, because you could potentially do that with the Anubismon. Obviously it would still cost you memory, so let's see, if you were to do that, you reduce it by 6, gain another 2, so you play this out for 3? That's not bad. That's not bad, to be fair. You may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost with that, and then has the opponent's turn effect. When any of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon with Royal Knight trait instead. So really, really good. The fact it only costs 3 on top of any level 5 as well is kind of nuts because of how good it is. But it's made even better by the truly disgusting, horrible boogeyman that is LordKnightmon X. My god, even without the when Digivolving effect, this card is stupid good. I mean, it's got 4 keywords on it. Even without that when Digivolving effect, it's 3 keywords: collision, piercing, all turns. While LordKnightmon or X antibodies in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, all of your Digimon with Knightmon and their text gain alliance and get 3000 DP. Now that effect is obviously more potent in Knightmon, but because we can unsuspend with the Cerberusmon X, that doesn't matter as much, because we can just do all of our checks with LordKnightmon himself. Which is sick. It's really, really cool. And then the when Digivolving effect is just the icing on the diabolical cake that is LordKnightmon X. It digivolves one for each of your opponents. For each of your Digimon digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then until the end of their turn, one of their Digimon can't digivolve. That shuts off aces. Like, that's really good, and that definitely came up for me today. I was against the Lucamon player. He constantly would have a level 5 out and would be threatening with the Cherubimon ace in hand, and then I'd digivolve that Lucamon down, and then there was no aces for him. This card is absolutely a ban list contender. It's really good. It's really, really good. Then next card, I've gone for Shine Greymon Ruin Mode. Now, technically, Death Xmon could be the better pick, but I don't own a Death Xmon, so I've gone for Ruin Mode instead. And for me, Ruin Mode is the best purple/yellow level 7 that there is. When digivolving on deletion, so you can trigger this twice, until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your opponent's Digimon get -5. That shuts off things. So if you've managed to clear the board with your LordKnightmon X, you can then digivolve into this and stop them from coming out of the raising, stop them from digivolving on top of their tamers, so long as obviously they don't have something that's 6k in the back, or a 6k hybrid, for example, which is possible. There are ways to circumvent it, but even then, you know, you're going to be giving them a bad time. Then, end of attack, you delete this Digimon, one of your opponent's Digimon, and delete and get recovery +1. And then, if you've got a tamer, you hatch in your breeding area, so it helps you with building up a secondary stack in the back. Yeah, Ruin Mode's just fantastic. Then the tamers are actually the exact same ratio I play in my Titanmon build. This is very similar to Titanmon. I will have flashed that up on screen earlier in the video, you know, because they are so similar. It's really crazy how good a top end makes a deck, really. But the tamers are exactly the same as my Titanmon build. We've got 2 copies of Matt, sets you to 3, gives you memory when you trash cards in your hand. Analog Youth, put stuff in your trash, searches generically, because it'll search a Digimon card and then you trash the rest of the cards. Then also, I find the all-turns effect doesn't come up as much in this, but it is still applicable. When one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you suspend this tamer, gain more memory, and hatch, so, you know, that will come up. Then going into the options, I've actually gone for 2 copies of Underworld's Call. This is mainly a target for trashing from your hand because you get a draw from the fact you trash it, but the main effect can come up as well, which is you may play 1 purple level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the memory cost. So you can make this a lot cheaper by doing that, depending on the right stack you've got, but it is mainly in here for trashing it from the hand for the draw. Then we've got 2 of the Protoform, as I mentioned, so this cheapens your X-Antibody Digimon and gives you access to their effects, whilst giving you a way of recurring as well. Fantastic card. If you didn't pick up your copies when EX5 first came out, I am sorry, I don't control the market. And I'm just lucky I got these when I did. I kind of wish I'd got more of them and gotten a playset, but I was like, yeah, 2's all I need for like all my builds forever and all time. But, you know, hopefully it'll get a reprint. It may have even got a reprint. Has it got a reprint recently? I don't know. I can't remember. Someone in the comments let me know if this has got a reprint. I don't think it has, but I know there's been a lot of cool reprints recently. Then the last cards we'll talk about are Wisdom Training. Obviously reveals top 2 cards. Add 1 purple card from your hand to your hand and return the rest to the bottom, and then obviously lets you cheapen your next Digivolution card. And then you've got the purple memory boost, which reveals tops 4, adds a purple Digimon, and gains you 2 memory. So these cards work very similarly in this, and even if you've got only one of them out, it kind of just lets you access the entire combo because of all your inheritables underneath. But that is my LordKnightmon X build. Also, you'll notice obviously I've done this within the builder so I can click into things, so let me know if you prefer this way of doing things. Now let's take a look at King Cacturn's LordKnightmon X build, which is black. So we're going to compare the black list to the purple one and figure out which one's kind of the better one or which ones we prefer. King Cacturn very kindly offered for us to use his list to give the DarkKnightmon stuff a little bit more love, because it often gets overlooked, and I think potentially will get overlooked by the Dark Animal version of LordKnightmon X. But we're going to go over to that list in a little jump cut right now. Right, so here we are at King Cacturn's list. So this is his black base LordKnightmon build, which, as you can see, is a very different list compared to the purple one. So I don't know this one as much, so I will be going a little bit more through the cards verbatim and trying to see more of the actual kind of the thought process here. Yeah, I'm always up for kind of sharing your lists on the channel. You know, if you guys ever have lists, pop them in the Discord. Let us know if you're okay with us talking about them. You know, because this is very much meant to be a community-driven channel. I've always wanted this as a team-based channel, and I want it to be a community-based channel as well. The rest of the team are in exactly the same boat with that. I hope, but you know, so if you've ever got any lists that you guys want us to share on the channel, please let us know. You know, it'd be really good to get your decks up on here as well. But this is King Cacturn's list. So going into the eggs first, we've got the promo Monimon. So this one will let you draw one if you have a black tamer on deletion, which is really nice. We've also got the Pagumon, which is a classic black egg, frankly. Reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand if it's a black Digimon card, otherwise place it at the bottom of your deck, so really nice. Then going into the rookies, we've got Monitormon. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 2 cards that are either black with Knightmon or Deadly Axemon in their names, or with the Twilight trait among them to your hand, so you can potentially add up to 2 things with this, because you've got some things which are Twilight and some things which are Knightmon, for example. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. He's then also got the new Monitormon from BT19. On deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, among them add 1 card with Knightmon in this text or the Twilight trait to the hand, and place 1 such card under your tamers, which is really nice. You know, so for example, you probably want to put the Twilight stuff underneath your tamers, add the Knightmon to your hand, because if you search the LordKnightmon, you want to add that to your hand. There's no point putting that under a tamer. Really good, and also has Reboot as an inheritable, which is good because you do have access to more blocking in this version. Then we've also got the BT5 Monitormon as well. On play, look at the top of your deck. On deletion, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. You may play 1 Monitormon among them without paying its memory cost. So it helps you to flood the board a bit, gives you some more stuff that you can Digivolve on top of. Yeah, really nice, and I love this little monitor engine because it's kind of a bit more indicative of the Twilight stuff from Digimon Fusion, which is really sick. You know, so a bit more kind of thematically on brand rather than the purple version. So if you want to be a bit more thematic, this is definitely the better deck if you're wanting theme. In terms of potency, then you know, well, we'll get into that later. I don't want to get distracted. But level 4s, we'll go into Deadly Axemon next. So this one is the new one. Retaliation, on deletion, save, and it gives reboot. So really good for your cross plays. Really good for saving under your tamers. Retaliation obviously nice because you can potentially use that to kind of really bully your opponent, especially because of the fact you do get access to collision with the ace. We've then also got the Deadly Axemon from EX4, which that was the Grey Knight set. Yeah, alternative beings. That's where LordKnightmon is. Worst alt art I ever got. LordKnightmon, must be said. But on play, by trashing 1 card with a blue flare trait or Twilight trait in your hand, draw 2, so it helps that consistency. And again, for consistency, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is blue flare or Twilight, add it to your hand, trash the rest. All turns, this Digimon gets 1000 DP as well, so really good. Then we've also got the Skull Knightmons. So we've got the one from BT7. When attacking, you place a Deadly Axemon at the bottom of your Digivolution cards, and you may Digivolve this Digimon into a DarkKnightmon, so essentially acts as a sort of cross mechanic, which is really cool. While this Digimon has Knightmon or Bagramon in its name, it gains security attack +1, so that's really good because with underneath LordKnightmon X, you get the Alliance. You're now doing 3 checks instead of 2. And obviously you get Alliance on all of your Knightmons with the LordKnightmon X. Then we've also got the promo Skull Knightmon. On deletion, you may play 1 tamer card with Nene Amano, you Amano in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then save, you may play this card under one of your tamers. And again, while this Digimon has the Bagra Army or Twilight trait and is level 5 or higher, gains security attack +1. So that inheritable is not going to be on LordKnightmon X, unfortunately, or LordKnightmon, but it will be on all of your cross stuff, which, because you can give the Alliance to them via the LordKnightmon X, is not that bad at all. So really, really cool. Then we've also got the Skull Knightmon from Skull Knightmon Deadly Axemon. There it is. More Mighty Axe mode, I should say. Which is kind of a pseudo. It's obviously DarkKnightmon is a cross of the 2, but also Mighty Axe mode is a cross of the 2 as well, which is quite funny. But on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Knightmon in its name, or 1 Deadly Axemon, or Nene Amano among them to your hand, and trash the rest. Then, if you're Digicrossing, 2 cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less, so it can help get rid of some certain floodgates. And then obviously you've got the cross mechanic there with the LordKnightmon and the Deadly Axemon. Then going into level 5s, we've got the BT18 DarkKnightmon. On play, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you're digicrossing with 2 cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. Again, gets rid of some of those floodgates. Most level 4s are up to level 5, so really nice. All turns when this Digimon would be deleted by returning 1 black level 4 or lower Digimon card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to its owner's hands. You may play 1 LordKnightmon or Deadly Axemon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its memory cost. So really good. You get a little bit of protection there. You lose your level 5, but you keep your level 4. Not bad. Then we've also got the new LordKnightmon at 2 copies. So the older one's at 4, the newer one's at 2 in King Cacton's build. Then we've also got, so we've got this one. So material save. Obviously, you can place stuff underneath your tamers, really nice. On play when digivolving, de-digivolve 1. Then, if you're digicrossing with 2 cards, you may delete 1 play cost 3 or lower Digimon or tamer. So again, floodgate hate and tamer hate. We like it. We love to see it. On deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with Knightmon in its text from under your tamers without paying the cost. Again, that you may lose your level 5, but at least you get level 4. Also got the on deletion inheritable, which is exactly the same. So again, really, really good. And obviously that cross mechanic. Then going to level 6s, we've got Shadow Seraphimon Ace in this, which is a really nice pick. I really like Shadow Seraphimon. On play when digivolving, de-digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. Then all turns, when an attack target is changed, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5k DP for the turn. Obviously has the blocker, so you can block after you've blasted, give minus 5, potentially even, in combination with that de-digivolve 3. Potentially you are going to be, just clearing them off the board before you've technically blocked, which is really cool. Then we've also got the LordKnightmon Ace. So the black version likes to use this LordKnightmon over the BT19 one. When digivolving, you play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Knightmon in its text from your hand or trash without paying the cost. All turns, all Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon gain collision. So that is generic actually, so technically you could use this one in the purple version, but I do prefer the BT19 version in that build as opposed to this one. But you could definitely do it. You could put this in maybe as a one-off to give all of your stuff collision, but it's not really necessary because I found most of the time with the purple deck you're only using the collision on your LordKnightmon X. You're going a bit more in on that stack rather than going really super mega wide. But the LordKnightmon in this build, really good. That collision coupled with the effects of some of your guys, really good. Obviously you don't necessarily get piercing as well, but collision on its own is a fantastic mechanic. Then speaking of collision, obviously we've got 1 copy of LordKnightmon X. This is the one thing I do query. I wonder if you should have more copies of this, and it would be good to see what King Cacton thinks of that. I did post in the Discord, but he's not gotten back to me yet. And I'm always strapped to time when it records. So if he has gotten back to me, I'll add something in. But yeah, fantastic card, of course. Gives Alliance and the 3000 DP to all of your dudes. So it's just it's just really good. It's a really, really good card. It's so gross. And speaking of gross, we've got Death Xmon. This is better in the black version than Ruin mode is. De-digivolves all of your opponent's Digimon, deletes all of their level 4 or lowers, and then end of their turn will delete all of their Digimon with the lowest play cost. Just helps clear the board constantly. Fantastic card. Gross card, in fact. Then we've got 2 copies of Pride Memory Boost. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 black Digimon card with a play cost of 4 or less among them without paying the memory cost. Trash the remaining cards. And then you've obviously got the delay for the 2 memory. We've also got Fist of Athena, which while you have a Digimon with Knightmon in its text, you may ignore this card's colours requirements. So if you don't have the purple out, that's no worries. One of your opponent's Digimon gains start of main phase. This Digimon attacks, so you can force them to attack into you, which can help trigger your ace cards, which is very nice. Then you place this card in the battle area. Then when an attack target is switched, one of your Digimon gains piercing, but the way this works is, because obviously you don't gain piercing on your opponent's turn, is after this card is placed, by trashing it the next turn or later, activate the effect below. Which is really cool, but gives piercing and security attack +1 to one of your dudes, and then also has a security effect of you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Knightmon in its text when you trash without paying the cost. So really nice. Then going into the tamers, we've got Nene Amano. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Knightmon or Deadly Axemon in its name or Twilight trait. Opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with DarkKnightmon in their name or Twilight trait gain blocker, which did come up in the match I did, which I'll discuss after I've gone through the little tamers. Then on deletion gain 2, so a tamer that actually, when it gets deleted, gain 2. Nice. Then we've got the new Nene from BT18-19. Start of your turn, if you have 2 or memory or less, set your memory to 3. When any of your composite or twilight trait Digimon card with Digicross requirements would be played, by suspending this tamer, 1 card under your tamers and 1 card in your trash can also be placed for their Digicross, so really good. And then we've also got the Kiriha and Nene from EX4. Start of your main, if there are 2 or more Digimon in play, gain 1 memory, so that can trigger like all the time, really nice. When you would play 1 Digimon card with the blue flare or twilight trait with Digicross requirements, by suspending this tamer, you may place 1 card from under your tamers and 1 card from your trash as Digivolution cards for a Digicross. So these two work very similarly. For me personally, I feel like I don't know the deck very well. I think King Cacturn definitely knows the deck way better than I do. The only thing I'd query is LordKnightmon X being at 1, because it's absolutely cracked. But like I say, I'll add in a little bit to this if he gets back to me on that. Or he may even comment below. So look down there if he hasn't got back to me. Yeah, really, really good deck. In terms of which one is better, I think the purple one's probably got the more meta relevancy, but in a one-on-one vacuum, I actually lost to a black base build whilst testing my purple one. Did some really tricky things like having the blocker Nene, for example. It wasn't this exact list, I don't think, but still, it has a lot of really good tricks available to it. But that's the deck list, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think. Always want to know what you guys think about the builds and whether there's any ways to improve them. This is as much a way of me saying, yeah, I think this is a good idea, as much as a way for you guys to go, actually, what about if you tried this? So, definitely comment below and let us know what you think. But like, subscribe, ding that notification bell. We'll see you next time, or indeed, as the little bit at the beginning of the video said, for the stream on Sunday. Obviously, we'll have posted in the community page to let you guys know what exactly we will be doing for that. But we're gonna try streaming exciting stuff for DU Digimon. But anyways, see you next time. Keep it digital.